Hi friends, it's Miss Alejandra from the Westland Public Library. July is Culinary Arts Month, so we're going to be making some really yummy treats in the kitchen because we are at home. So today we're going to be making Oreo Truffles, which is a really easy and delicious dessert, and it also looks super fancy, so win-win. And all you're going to need is some Oreos. From what I've seen, the regular Oreos work the best, not double stuffed, because then the ratio of cream to cookie is kind of off. And we are going to be using some cream cheese as well. So this is what I'm using. However, if you prefer double stuff, you can absolutely try that. In general, I just like these better. Or you can try the flavored ones as well. You'll need some cream cheese. And then you'll just need some chocolate for melting. I couldn't find any white chocolate, but that would also be fantastic to use to keep the cookies and cream theme going. So what we're gonna do is in a food processor, and if you've got any little kiddos, then this is super fun for them to do because then you don't even need a food processor. You can just ask them to crush it. So you don't need to separate the cream and the cookie. I'm just gonna start by breaking these up. This makes it a little easier. And really, it's up to you how much you want to do. I'm probably going to end up doing the entire box because these are going to be delicious. I might leave a couple for the chef to snack on while we're waiting for these. So you don't need to separate the cream and the cookie, like I said, but if you want to, then that is really fun as well. One other thing that you can do, especially while we have summer learning going on at the library, our theme this year is space. So you can also take a cookie, separate it, and then use it to learn the phases of the moon. And then you can have your snack. So win-win. So let's do some more. Just in there like that. There's a piece. I'll leave a few outside for me. And oh, this one was weird. Look at that. Should have eaten that one. Oh well. Getting almost full, but that's okay because it will come down to a little bit less once we're done. So hello, would you like to help as well? All right, so let's put the lid on this and let's get started. So you're just going to crush these until they are like a super fine little powder. Hang on one second. Alright, there we go. So you'll just want to crush these until they are, yeah, like a little mush, I guess. And then keep in mind we are going to be adding some cream cheese, so it doesn't have to be super perfect, but as long as there are no giant cookie chunks, then that's pretty much what you want. So let's do. Okay, so now that we've got all of the cookies in here, we can go ahead and start. Okay, so we are done. It was pulsing for about a minute or so, and this is what it should look like. No giant chunks, just some cookie pieces. Just kind of like that. That's what you're looking for. And now we're gonna add an entire block of cream cheese. I would recommend just using the regular cream cheese, but you can of course use light or any other flavor if you'd like. This has also been sitting out at room temperature for about an hour now, so it is a little softer, which will just help mix it into the other ingredients. So I'm just going to take this, open it up, and I'll probably take maybe some, put in there. You can also just throw the the whole block in if you'd like. This is just, I like playing with things. So, take the cream cheese, get as much of it off the packaging as you can because it tends to stick. Okay, and then we are going to keep combining this until it's nice and smooth and combined, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's there. Okay, so now we combined everything, and it's just Oreo cookies and cream cheese goodness. It actually smells super good. This is roughly what it should look like. No very obvious cream cheese spots, no cookie chunks, so that's what you want it to look like. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a little bit. I've disconnected this. If you are still going to do it in the food processor, taking it from there to turn it into little truffle balls, definitely disconnect the food processor. Don't want any accidents to happen, especially if you're working with any little ones. So take about that much or so, and you're going to turn it into a little ball. And then you can make these as big or as small as you'd like. This is about how big I'm going to be making mine, give or take. So I'm going to make a few of these and then just put them on a plate or something. Like a cookie tray would be good as well. And then these are going to go in the freezer eventually because you'll need to freeze them so that they hold their shape once we dip them in chocolate. So they don't need to freeze for very long, just long enough to retain their shape, because obviously right now they're very greasy and they're very, ooh, it feels really weird, but it's a lot of fun. So look at that, yeah. So I think if you are working with any little ones, then this part will be especially fun for them because it kind of feels like cooking with Play-Doh. So that's always a fun experiment. All right, I'm gonna keep going, put these in the freezer for about 20 minutes or so, and then I will melt some chocolate and we will show you guys what to do next. Okay guys, so these were in the freezer for about an hour. They're nice and fully hardened, and as you can see, they will retain their shape. So now what I'm gonna do is I took that entire bag of chocolate chips. You can use whatever you'd like. I just have milk chocolate, but you can use semi-sweet if you prefer, or white chocolate, like I said earlier. So I'm just gonna take this and melt it in the microwave. So I'm gonna do 15 to 30 second intervals, take it out, stir it around a little bit, make sure nothing gets burnt, and do that again. It should take about 2 to 3 minutes total. So I'll show you guys what these look like when they get there. Okay, so I took about 1.5 minutes in the microwave, and now it's nice and melted and gooey. So this is what you're looking for. So now you're gonna take each one of these little Oreo balls, and then you're just gonna take them. Pro tip for those of you doing it at home, do line your paper, your plates or your cookie sheet or whatever you're doing with parchment paper. I don't have any, and I didn't think to use aluminum foil, but then this happens. So parchment paper will obviously just make it a little cleaner for you guys. So if you want to come over here really quick, you're just going to take the chocolate and dip it in there like that. This part can get a little messy. Just dip it in the chocolate like that. There you go. And just put it back on your plate. So these don't have to freeze. You don't need to freeze them in the freezer or anything. You can put them in the refrigerator if you'd like. You just need to wait for the chocolate to harden again. So it may take a few minutes. Sorry guys. And let's see. Let's do another one. So you're just gonna take one of these, put it on the fork, just toss it around a little bit like that. This is roughly what it'll end up looking like. Take all the excess off the bottom because it's just gonna stick to the plate anyway. And put it back on the plate. So I'm gonna keep doing this to the rest of them, and I will show you guys what they look like when they're done. If you want to, you can also top them with sprinkles. You can top them with mini chocolate chips if you'd like. Crushed Oreos. I actually don't have any Oreos left because I ate the other ones and they were delicious. So you can do whatever you'd like to top them and make them super cute. I actually do like how they look like that though. Plus it is Oreo cookies, cream cheese, and chocolate, so they are very rich anyway, and they will be delicious. So I will keep going and I'll show you guys what they all look like when they're done. Okay guys, so I finished putting dipping all of them in chocolate. I put them in the fridge for about 10 minutes, and then once we're done, I'm just gonna put them back in the fridge and I'll just keep them in there until we feel like snacking on them. But I got about 24 Oreo truffles from the one box of Oreos and the one package of cream cheese. And as you can see, somehow there's a bite on this one. I don't know what happened, but you do get a bite of chocolate, a bite of Oreo and cream cheese and frosting, and it's just very delicious. So I hope you guys enjoy these. I hope you make them. They're super fun to make, and I think all of the little kids that might like this treat would enjoy making them as well. And as always, please subscribe to the Westmont Public Library's YouTube channel to keep watching more videos like this. They're so much fun to make, and it's so much fun to have you guys here with us. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.